Ready? Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we're going to turn to the east and give our praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
We want to give double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth. It's 100% truth, the true way of worshiping the Heavenly Father and His Son. We also want to say Shalom to the elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth that believe sincerely in His truth. Shalom. This is GMS Memphis Camp out here on the highways and hedges once again and back at it again with another pre-camp lesson. So we hope this lesson be edifying to the elect, and let's get into the scripture. We're going to start it off with Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1.
This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation."
So the Lord letting you know off jump, off rip, if you come to serve me, prepare your soul for temptation. Because the Lord finna put you in situations that's going to be challenging. Your spirit is going to be at war with your flesh. So you're going to be in certain situation that's going to be difficulty for you. It's going to be a challenge. You're going to have to either walk in the spirit or you're going to have to walk in the flesh. You're going to have to choose. Give me that in the GNT. The GNT.
Okay, the GNT.
Does it sound the same way?
Yeah. Because in the GNT, it ain't got no problem. This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1 in the GNTD, and it says, "My child, if you are going to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, be prepared for times when you will be put to the test."
So the Lord's gonna put you to the test. Cause you got a lot of people out here acting like they believe in the Lord, but when hard times come, what do they faith in? Where is their faith? You say you believe in the Lord. So the scripture also said, hey, if you get a friend, prove him first. Give me that Ecclesiasticus 6.
This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7. "If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him."
So you gotta prove yourself to the Lord. Do you really have faith when times get hard, when times get difficult? If you're gonna believe in Him, if you're gonna trust in the process, cause you know He's the one that bringing a good time and the evil. So you gotta believe in Him. And the Lord has called us friends, according to John 15 and 14. Matter of fact, get there.
This is John chapter 14 and verse 15. Chapter 15 and verse 14. And it says, "Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you."
So you are the Lord's friend if you do what He command you to do. So the Lord is going to put you through certain things. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter, I think that's 12 and 8. 12 and 8.
Alright, come.
So the Lord's going to put you through adversity.
This is Sirach, better known as Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 8. And it reads, "A friend cannot be known in prosperity."
So a friend cannot be known when everything is all good. When you prosper in life, when you got abundance of things, everyone going to say they your friend. Everyone going to say, hey, they cool with you. Keep going.
And it says, "And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity."
Keep going.
And it says in verse 9, "In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart."
So even a friend will depart when you go through adversity, when you go through losses, when you hit rock bottom. So hey, this is the same thing with this situation right here. Hey, before you come to serve the Lord, hey, you gotta prove if you really about this. Do you really have faith? So He's gonna try you with adversity. He's gonna bring you low. Go back to it. You got a point?
Yeah. Because I was going to make a point, you know, and that's the reason why you have to thoroughly vet a man. You know, even in the world, you know, like, you know, you might have friends or, you know, women that you deal with or whatever. You have to vet them to see, you know, is they truly for you and about you, man. Like, you know, like when you hit rock bottom, you know what I'm saying, you might need some help. You know, you might, you know, reach out for a couple dollars or something. You gonna know, like, you know, you have to prove a person. You have to, you know, put pressure on them. You know, and you know, I've dealt with that too. You know what I'm saying? But
go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 2.
All right. This is back in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 2. And it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Yep.
That word heart means your mind. Hebrew word for heart, the Hebrew word for heart is lav.
Yep.
So set your mind all right. So you gotta have a mindset of, okay, I know tribulations, affliction is gonna come my way. So I gotta brace my mind, hey, to endure. Wherever the Lord brings my way, hey, this is the only way I got to, this is the only way to get to the kingdom of heaven. I gotta go through adversity. I gotta go through affliction.
Yep.
So you gotta have that mindset of, yo, I got to endure. Give me that word endure in the etymology.
This is the word endure in the online etymology. And it goes into late 14th century to undergo or suffer, especially without breaking.
So whatever the Lord brings upon you, you got to endure it. You cannot break it. You cannot break when times of trouble come your way. Because the Lord's not going to put something on you that you can't handle. So if he put you through it, he knows you can overcome it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yep. And it says to continue in existence, it says make hard, maintain, bear.
So he know you can bear it. It said to make harden.
Yep.
It's a saying in the world, easy time create weak men.
Yep.
Hard time create strong men.
Yep.
So you gotta endure hardness as a good soldier. Because the Lord chosen you. Out of all the people in the world, he called you, chosen you to preach this truth, preach this gospel. So whatever he put upon you, hey, set your mind all right. You're like, okay, I'm gonna deal with it. And I'm gonna endure it and overcome it. Go back to it. So Ecclesiastes 2:2.
This is back in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Matter of fact, give me James chapter 1 verse 12.
This is James. This is James chapter 1 and verse 12. And it reads, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
So blessed is the man that endured temptation, because there's a crown of life waiting for him. If he overcome the battles, you know, the struggles, the adversity, he's going to be crowned. This is the condition of the battle that you're gonna have to face when you are on the earth, when you come to serve the Lord. That's it on there.
Yeah, finishing up, and it says he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh Shai had promised to them that love him.
So the Lord has promised this. Promised to all the ones that he have called to this truth, that you're gonna receive that crown of life if you endure through the temptation. Go back to it.
This is back in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
It said, make not haste in a time of trouble. So don't lean on your own understanding. So when all trouble come your way, hey, you gotta trust in the Lord. Give me Proverbs 3 and 5.
This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and with all thine heart. And it says, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
So trust in the Lord with all your heart, your mind.
Yep.
And don't lean on your own understanding. How do you trust in the Lord? By following his ways, walking in these scriptures. You know, he said he come in a volume of the books, Psalms 40 and 1. So you got to cleave on to these scriptures, to this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And when you depart away, you leaning on to your own understanding. Now, hey, Hey, you leading on to death.
Yep.
Go back to Ecclesiastes.
This is back in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Keep going.
And it says in verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
It said, whatever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. Give me Michael chapter 7 verse 9.
This is Micah chapter 7 and verse 9. And it reads, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Yahushai, because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
It said, I will bear the indignation of the Lord. That indignation means righteous anger.
Yep.
So you gotta bear it. Whatever the Lord brings upon you, and you gotta take it cheerfully. You gotta be like, hey, I sinned against the Lord. It was us, it was our mind to go astray. So now, hey, we gotta bear all the sins that we have done in our past life, and also the sins that we have done in this life. Give me Psalms 141, I think 5.
This is Psalms. This is Psalms 141 and verse 5. And it reads, let the righteous smite me, it says it shall be a kindness.
It said, let the righteous smite me, it shall be kindness. So though the Lord, smiting us with adversity, affliction, all types of tribulation, is kindness. Because the Lord can destroy us, to be honest with you, because our righteousness right now is as filthy rags. Keep going.
Yep, and it says, and let him reprove me, it shall be an excellent oil.
So the Lord reproving us, it's like medicines to us, to keep us from not going the wrong way, to keep us on the right track.
Yep, and it says, and it shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head, for yet my prayer also shall be in. It says, for yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities.
So though the Lord bring all this adversity, all this hellish condition upon us, and we gotta maintain our integrity. I think give me that Job 13, 15.
This is Job chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him.
So though the Lord bring all this adversity, all these affliction upon us, and we gotta maintain our integrity. We gotta trust in him, trust in the process. That the Lord, he's making us into that new creature. Keep going. Go back to the Ecclesiastes.
This is back in Sirach chapter 2, and starting at verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
It said gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. The Lord said he's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. Yep. So just as a goldsmith put gold in the fire to purge away those impurities, the Lord's gonna put his elect through that furnace of adversity to purge away all that dross, all the evilness and wickedness that we have got from Babylon, America. Yep. But only the acceptable man is going to be proven through that furnace. Give me that word furnace after the etymology.
This is the word furnace in the online etymology, and it goes into early 13th century. It says oven, a furnace, figuratively, flame of love.
So it's a flame of love. This is how the Lord shows love to his elect. Give me that in Hebrews.
Yep. Hebrews 12 and 11.
Yeah, that's it.
This is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 11. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
So no chastening of the Lord, it don't feel good. It don't feel good when you are corrected, when you are disciplined. When your parents put that stitcher cord on your ass, or put that belt, or that switch. But this is how the Lord chastise the ones He loves, by putting them through that furnace of love, adversity, purging away all that weakness of this world. It said, though our outward man perish, our inward man is renewed day by day. So your inward man, your spirit, is being renewed. That new man. Yep. Go back to Ecclesiastes.
This is back in Sirach chapter 2, and I'm gonna read verse 5 again, and it says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity." Verse 6, "Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him."
So you gotta believe in the Lord and trust in Him. When shit hit the fan, you gotta always rely to the scriptures, depend upon Him. I want to get that in Hebrews about the elect shall suffer straight things, and the 2/3. I think it's what was it? I think it was Hebrews 12 and 6. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 7:18.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 18. "Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide."
So the elect is going to suffer straight things. They're going to go through difficult positions. The elect know why they suffering. Unlike the 2/3, they don't even know why they catching hell. Why are they going through all this affliction? But we know, if we are the hopeful elect, we know why we suffer. It's going to be a reward on the other side. Give me that in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 14 in the NLT.
All right, come. This is 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 14 in the NLT. And it says, "But even if you suffer for doing what is right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua will reward you for it. So don't worry or be afraid of their threats."
So we doing what is right in the Lord's eyes. By coming out here and preaching His gospel, being instant in season, out of season, by following the laws and statutes and commandments to the best of our ability. And in the world, look at that as, hey, it's evil. We being hated for just walking in the ways of righteousness. So we're gonna be rewarded, for walking in righteousness. And that you got an NLT that you read there in the NLT?
Yeah, in the NLT I read the NLT.
Alright. Go to hold on. Go to Acts 14 and 21.
This is Acts. This is Acts chapter 14 and verse 21. And it reads, in Acts chapter 14 and verse 21, "And when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to..."
Hold on, that's the right one?
Yeah.
Acts 14 and 21.
Because it's going to go to verse 22.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah,
It goes straight to the point. It goes straight to the point.
So I can just jump into verse 22. This is Acts 14 and verse 22. It says, "Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High."
So through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. You're going to have brothers being persecuted for the name of the Lord. You're going to have certain brothers being thrown in concentration camps. You're going to have certain brothers being betrayed. Yep. These are certain events that we got to go through before we get to the kingdom of heaven. The Lord, said it wasn't going to be easy for us. So we got to endure through these tribulations. Give me that second address. Where the fire sit on one side and it's water. Yeah, the second address.
Yeah,
7 and 8.
Cause this is second address, chapter 7 and verse 8. I'm starting verse 7. It says the entrance thereof is narrow.
Hold on,
You might start at 6, just
yeah, get the context.
Cause this is second Ezra chapter 6 and verse second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field.
Now what is this city? This city is talking about the kingdom of heaven. Keep going.
And it says, and it's set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things.
Keep going.
And it says in verse 7, the entrance thereof is narrow, and it's set in a dangerous place to fall.
So the entrance of the kingdom of heaven is set narrow. Only one person can walk through this narrow path. So this is the only way that you can enter into the kingdom of heaven. Yep. Keep going on there.
Yep, and it says, and it's set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
So you got fire on one side representing, adversity, affliction that you're gonna have to go through. Then you got the water on the other side, going through the tribulations, the trials, the tests that you gotta go through. Yep. These are the dangerous places that you gotta go through to get to the kingdom of heaven. Yep. Keep going.
And it says in verse 8, it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
So it's a small entrance. Only one man can go there at once. And this land, you gotta work out your own salvation. Yep. Out with fear and trembling. Another man's righteousness, his faith cannot deliver you. Only your faith and works can deliver you. Keep going.
And it says in verse 9 of 2 Ezra 7 and verse 9, and it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive the inheritance or this inheritance?
So if you never go through this difficult path to get to the kingdom of heaven, how should it be inherited to you? Yeah. You got to go through it. It ain't no other way. You got to go through it to get to it. Yeah. Give me that First Peter's when you just mentioned it on the phone.
Yeah, 1 Peter 2 and 20.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab it done in the NLT.
In the NLT.
Come, you want me to? All right. Come, this is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 20 in the NLT. And it reads, of course, you get no credit for being patient if you are beaten for doing wrong. But if you suffer for doing good and endure it patiently, Yahweh Shema Shai is pleased with you.
So the Lord gonna be pleased with you if you endure the suffering, even if you suffering for wrong. Keep going.
Yep. And it says in verse 21 in the NLT, in 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21, in the NLT, for Yahweh Shema Shai called you to do good.
So the Lord has called you to do good. Yeah. That's why the scripture speak about many are called, but few are chosen. So each brother has been called to preach this gospel, to preach this truth, to do good, to stand up for righteousness' sake.
Yeah. And if I may add, like the brothers always say, letting your light shine before men. Yep. Yep. And it also says in 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21 in the NLT, it says, for Yahweh Shema Shai called you to do good, even if it means suffering, just as Hamashiach suffered for you.
And you see how the Lord suffering. He's suffering for things that our people accused him of doing. He didn't do it. Yeah. He was blameless. Here it is, you got a wicked, evil ruler, a Pontius Pilate, wanting to let the man go. Our people, no, Caesar's our king. Yeah. Accusing him of, just falsely accusing him. So we gotta arm ourselves with the same mindset, because we're gonna be accused for wrongdoing, but we gotta be found blameless.
Yep. And finishing up, and it says he is your example. It says he is your example, and you must follow in his steps.
So he's our example. He paved the way. He's the author and finisher. Give me that in the Hebrews. I think that's Hebrews 12 and 2.
Come, this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2. And it reads, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High.
So our Lord Yahushua, he endured the cross. He despised the shame.
Yep.
All the false, things that our people said against him. Accusation.
Yep.
He despised it, and he endured his cross. That's why the Lord said, hey, if you come to serve me, you got to bear your cross. You got to bear your own custom-made suffering. So we always got to look to Yahushua when we go through some things.
Yep.
That he finished the work.
Yep.
That the Lord, that his Heavenly Father has put up on him to do.
Yeah, cause I was gonna make a point. Let me see. I was just gonna make a point, like, basically, like you said in Sirach the second chapter about making our haste in the time of trouble, because when we go through things and when the Lord, bring hell on the earth, we're gonna have to, basically, making our haste in the time of trouble, like basically trying to get ourselves out of it, man.
Yep.
Justify ourselves or, take vengeance. Like, nah, vengeance is of the Lord.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let him get that lick back.
Yep.
Just like Yahushua did, man. He didn't fight back. He didn't go against them. He endured it, man.
Yeah.
So we have to carry ourselves the same way.
Cause he knew his purpose. Give me Philippians 2 and 5.
Come, this is Philippians. This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 5. And it reads, let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua.
So let this mind be in you as it was in Yahushua. Arm yourself likewise with that same mindset that Yahushua had when he walked the earth.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yeah, and it says in the NLT, it says Philippians 2 and verse 5 in the NLT, you must have the same attitude that Hamashiach Yahushua had.
So you got to conduct yourself in that same attitude that Yahushua had. Keep going on there.
Con, you want me to hit it in the KJV of verse 6?
Read it in the KJV.
Con, this is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 6 in the KJV. Who being, it says who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High.
Keep going.
It says in verse 7, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant.
So the Lord has took on a servant.
Yep.
Like he brought himself low to save his people, starting with the elect.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yep, and it says and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men.
Keep going.
And it says in verse 8, and being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death.
So the Lord humbled himself all the way to he had to die up on the cross. So if your lot is to be persecuted, you gotta humble yourself all the way to death. Be faithful to death, and the Lord gonna give you a crown of life. So you gotta arm yourself likewise with that same mindset that Yahushua had. Give me that in the Philippians, I think it's 3 and 7, yeah.
Come, Philippians 3 and verse 7. This is the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 7. And it reads, but what things were gained to me, those I count lost for Hamashiach Yahushua.
So this is Apostle Paul speaking.
Yep.
He said what things were given to him, he counted them as loss. He counted them as nothing. Keep going.
And it says in verse 8, yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushai, my Lord.
So Apostle Paul said he count all things as done. Shit, nothing. So you gotta have a mindset of set your affection on heavenly things, not earthly things. Because you know these things that's on the earth is going to perish. It's going to be dissolved. So you should count them as done. Yep. To win the excellency. You go into that word excellency, it goes into superior. Yep. High thinking. You ain't thinking on a lower level. A nice house, a big booty female, yep. Cars, clothes. Those earthly things. You thinking on a higher level. So then you know not this knowledge and wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shai, that's more precious than the carnal things of this world.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's it on that.
It was just a little bit more, and it says, "For whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach Yahushai."
So we're gonna, if we have our mind set on the Lord, keeping that tunnel vision, keeping our eyes single, and we're gonna win Yahweh Shai in the end. And winning Yahweh Shai in the end is winning life. I want you to go to the like you said, but I count on myself up ahead. One thing. Go to this.
Yep. And it says in Philippians 3 and verse 12, it says, not as though I had already obtained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Hamashiach Yahushai. Right here, verse 13, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
So you gotta forget about the things that are behind you. Those things that are behind you is going to destroy you. Yep. You gotta, and you can't be like Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife? When she looked back, she became a pillar of salt. Yep. So you gotta look forward. Keep your eyes single on what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because if I may add, because you know what's in front of us is the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, reaching unto Yahweh Shai, man. That's what's gonna endure forever, man. Yep. Everything behind us, man, it's gonna perish. Yep. You know.
Yeah. Keep going on there. I think it's some more.
Come. And it says in Philippians 3 and verse 14, it says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
So read that John again, Salaki.
Come.
Yeah, Salaki.
Come. This is Philippians chapter 3 and verse 14. It says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
So we know it's a prize there in the end. If we endure this race, this marathon, we're going to receive a reward. Yep. Just like Peter had said, we have forsaken all. Yep. Hey, go to it. We're going to end it off on there.
Yep.
Matthew, I think it's 12. Right here. Matthew 19 and 27.
Come, this is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. And it reads, then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
So Peter asking a question that even we would like to know. We have forsaken all. What should we have in the end? Keep going.
And it says in verse 28, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, verily, meaning truly, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in a regeneration, which is a reincarnation, it says, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So the ones that have forsaken, their family, forsaken their jobs, forsaken this world, you have lost, your friends, your mother, yeah, that old lifestyle. Yep. You have lost all of that. Yep. The Lord's going to reward you in the end.
Yeah.
You're going to be judged in the 12 tribes. I always say, man, I want to sit at the table with Yahweh Shai and King David, eating good lamb, drinking the finest wine.
Yeah.
So the Lord's going to reward you just like He rewarded Job in the end.
And that's, you know, and if I may add, you know, because when they say that about you judging the 12 tribes, that's ultimately like really the Lord putting you on the higher status over, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the nation of Israel. Because just like now, hold on real quick. Because just like now, you know, you got the elites, you know what I'm saying, and then you got everybody up under them. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom, man. You're going to have the elect that's going to be, you know, making the final, you know, judgment calls. And then, you know, you're going to have the nations of Israel, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it's going to be.
Because you have proven to the Lord that He can trust you in smaller things.
Yeah.
If He couldn't trust you with smaller things, how could He trust you with bigger things?
Yeah.
So if you make it through all of that, hey, you forsaken everything, you took all these losses and endured, hey, the Lord, this is what He's going to reward you with.
Yep, con. And finishing up in Matthew 19 and verse 29. And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's for my name's sake,
for the Lord's name's sake. Keep going.
Shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life.
So whatever you lost on this side, you're going to receive it back again. So you might well don't count it as a loss. You're going to get it back.
Yep.
And you're going to get it back in 100-fold. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
So, hey, not only that, man, you're going to see everlasting life.
Yeah.
So, man, hey, endure to the end.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, gird up your loins. So I hope this lesson was edifying to the elect. Shalom.